In addition to the creation of routes of pipe, SolidWorks can also create electrical and tubing routes. Let's look at tubing next and see what some of the similarities and differences are to the piping routing. Tubing functions can be found up in the top Tubing tab. If you click that, you'll see that there are many similarities to some of the options that we used to create pipe. However, the biggest difference between piping and tubing routing is that tubing allows for the creation of flexible pipe. Here you can see between these two fittings, we have actually a bent tube that routes between them. These tubes are controlled by splines instead of straight lines in a three-dimensional sketch. Tubing functions are great for the addition of hydraulics and pneumatic tubing into your models. It allows for a much simpler creation of tube than if it was drawn completely by hand. However, in addition to flexible tubing, it can be used for things like solid copper tubing. You'll just have to pay attention to the materials and the tube that you input while doing your routing. Now, you'll also see many similarities to how we drag and drop fittings in. We are still going to have turned on the option to start automatically our routes whenever we drop our fittings into our assembly. Additionally, you'll see other things like tube drawing, covering, change route diameter that you'll recognize from some of the functions we learned from when we were learning our piping. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the different tubing-specific resources that SolidWorks has to offer.